Okay, so you see a double bottom pattern on your trading chart, but how can you be sure that the price will actually bounce rather than continuing its downward trend? And if you are new here and are wondering what the double bottom pattern is in the first place, don't worry, we're going to cover that too. In this video, we're going to look at one of the most powerful chart patterns in trading. I will guide you through not only how to identify this pattern, but I will also provide a step-by-step strategy on how to trade this pattern correctly. So yeah guys, whether you are a beginner or a more advanced trader, I really think this video will provide some value. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first of all, a double bottom is basically when we see a move towards the downside and we see a first bounce, the price goes up and then falls again and we bounce again at the exact same level. When we find a double bottom, we usually use our horizontal line right here and simply draw a horizontal line like this. The important thing about the double bottom is that these two lows should be pretty much at the exact same level. But after identifying this pattern, the question now is, how can we know that the price will continue to push towards higher prices rather than simply continue to fall here towards lower levels? Well, we can actually use an indicator to improve the chance of the price actually bouncing. So go up here to the indicators tab and basically search for RSI, or in other words, the relative strength index. The RSI is a very common indicator and it is an indicator that measures momentum, and we can actually use momentum here to improve our win rates when it comes to double bottoms. But before we do that, for this strategy, you want to go up here to the RSI settings. So you press this cog right here. And first of all, you want to uncheck where it says RSI based moving average. This is basically a moving average of the RSI. And this moving average is not used for this strategy. So we uncheck it to make the RSI look more clean. What we also can do, but you don't have to, but to make the RSI even cleaner here, what you want to do is that you want to uncheck the RSI upper band, the middle band, and the lower band, and you can also uncheck the background fill. So now, as you can see down on the RSI, we only have a line. For me personally, I also prefer to have the RSI orange instead of purple. This is of course optional, and I make the RSI a bit larger as well to make it very clear. Now when we are ready, we press the X right here, and as we can see, we have a very clean looking RSI indicator. Now, and this is very important, after you have identified your double bottom pattern, what you want to look out for here on the RSI indicator is that you want to look out for a divergence. So you want to see the price printing one low and then another low at the same level, while you want to see the RSI print one low and then a higher low. To see if we have a higher low is very simple. We go up here, we use our trend line tool, and if we can draw a line that slopes upwards like this, then you can see we have a divergence, a very clear low and then a higher low, while we see the double bottom. And when we have identified a double bottom together with the RSI divergence, this is our entry signal. Preferably, what you also want to look out for here on the double bottom is some kind of bullish candle. If you want to, you can use bullish Japanese candlestick patterns. For example, right here, we have something called a piercing pattern. But for this strategy, you can use any bullish candlestick pattern. So after the candle close of this piercing pattern, this is our entry point. So we enter our long position right here. So this is our entry. The stop loss we want to set below the double bottom. And for me personally, I like to have some wiggle room. So I usually set the stop loss quite a bit below the lowest point right here. And as for your profit target, a simple 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio is usually the way to go. In this case, you can see that the price quickly went up to our profit target, and this double bottom played out perfectly. One important part about this trading strategy was the RSI indicator. So now I highly recommend you guys to watch my video about the RSI indicator next to get a deeper understanding of the RSI to further improve your trades.